Hi, yogis, people who are recovering, people who have recovered, people who will need recovery in the future from maybe planned elective surgeries that are coming up. You came to the right place. All are welcome, regardless of whether you are in a recovery situation right now from some physical situation or not. This is a series that I'm devoting to how to rebound after serious accident. And as you know, I've been talking about the use of yoga and yoga therapy to help get us all there. Yoga therapy is really the application of yoga, for those of you who study yoga, in a very holistic and very deeply rooted methodology, if you will, for addressing the layers of the body. There are 5 of them. I'm not going to go too much into detail about those today, but very important to acknowledge that we are not just flesh and blood and bones. We're much more than that. And today, on this very exciting day, it's a milestone for me. I'm home 1 week. I came home last Tuesday. My accident was July 3rd. My first surgeries were July 4th. I came home on July 7th, and today's the 14th. So, yeah. One of the things I do want to talk about is this, and we've all heard it before, an attitude of grace and thankfulness and appreciation for the smallest of things, sometimes called an attitude of gratitude. I cannot stress how that attitude, along with the breath and this very simple act of breathing in through our nose and exhaling out through the nose, clears away sometimes the temporary clutter. As we're healing, there's a lot of stuff that comes up, especially if you've been involved in an accident. I want to take a moment right now to acknowledge those of you who are suffering trauma. Trauma is a very real component of having had an accident like I had. And on top of the trauma, there's also the guilt in my most beloved person on the planet, my husband, my partner, my soulmate. How do you get through all that? Well, it's that attitude. It's all about your attitude. If I spend 1 moment in negativity, it means I've robbed myself of that moment to think a positive thought. And for me, again, it all emanates from the breath. When I feel down or blue, and I do, I'm human, this is hard. Recovering from physical pain and ailments is not an easy deal. When I sense myself going toward that edge, I draw myself back. I plant my feet on the ground, as we covered in an earlier video. I hold my head to the sky. So important. By having the crown of my head up, there's a lot of symbolism in that. And again, we're not going to go into too many details on any of these points right now. In future videos, I will probably spend time just on the meaning of some of the chakras and how we incorporate them into healing. But suffice it to say today that your feet planted firmly or making that connection that you can feel with the earth, even if you can't sit in a chair and you're confined to bed, you can picture yourself with your feet planted firmly on the earth, your shoulders back, your chest and heart open, your crown of the head to the sky. And that's when I take my moment and I draw in a deep, long, full inhalation, feeling my belly, chest, ribs all rise, and then releasing it. Opposite order. So chest, ribs, belly, and then drawing the navel back toward the spine as if I'm helping to squeeze out any remnants of stale air. And we'll do that again together. So feet planted either in your head, your heart, or in your physical space. Shoulders back, chest open, head up to the sky, chin is neutral. So you're not like this and you're not like this, straining at the neck. Inhale deeply. Exhale to a little longer count. Now, I promised to talk about kind of the next graduated level. We can sit in a meditation that way, just breathing in and out for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It's how I start my day, with my feet on the earth, feeling that connection and just breathing. That is a form of going within ourselves. That is the beginning, I feel, of a meditation practice. It's kind of hard to say to someone who's never meditated, you will meditate. This is how you will do it. If you can plant your feet firmly on the earth, feel those connections that I've been talking about. Close your eyes. You can begin to imagine the calming sedation effect that has on your entire being. And when we draw in a shorter inhalation versus our exhalation, that engages a part of our nervous system that has been shown through research, very, very well done research, that it has a calming effect. Some four or 5 decades ago, a doctor at a very famous institute talked about the relaxation response. Very famous heart surgeon found this connection between the breath and a patient's ability to really calm themselves. It is so important when you're dealing with injuries that everything you do is in a relaxed state. I cannot emphasize that enough. If you have any injury, I don't care if it's your big toe, your ankle, multiples like I have right now to deal with, be relaxed in all you do. So one of the things that I also do is when I know that I'm going to get up and do my standing practice, which by the way has been approved by my physical therapist. I have a great physical therapist who I met for the first time yesterday. He and I are going to be working really in lockstep together. And it was just so wonderful and refreshing to meet him as someone who honors the practice of yoga and is willing to meet me on this yogic level playing field. Equally so, I am open and receptive to his feedback and his wisdom as a physical therapist. But I'm very pleased to tell you that everything that I've been doing, he said, is toward my healing and wonderful. It's a wonderful practice. So a little later on, when I feel a little stronger and I have my camera assistant, I'll be showing you that full practice. But basically, when I'm ready to do it, I spend a few moments first grounding myself in the breath. And in that grounding, I'm also doing some processing emotionally of letting go any tensions and fears that I can. And again, none of this is a command performance, not with myself, not with any of you. These techniques that we tap into are there as an invitation for you to try them. So I want to wish you all well, good healing, stay well, stay safe, stay stable, and keep breathing.